In America's long history, there is one chapter rarely told in its entirety, one filled with pain, loss, and injustice. It was a dark time for the continent's indigenous peoples. In ancient records, they were often called Indian tribes or Indies, a colonial term that stuck with them since the misinterpretation of early explorers. But whatever the name, their story is an integral part of the history of the United States. When Europeans first arrived in the 15th century, this vast land was no empty wasteland. It was home to hundreds of tribes with diverse cultures, languages, and beliefs. From the Cherokee in the southeast, the Sioux in the north, the Apache in the southwest, and the Iroquois in the east, each had a developed social system, a spiritual connection to nature, and a long history of civilization that predated the formation of modern nations. However, the arrival of European colonialists brought major changes that eventually created what historians call the Dark Period, a dark period for Native American tribes. In the 17th and 18th centuries, conflict began to escalate. The territories that had been the lifeblood of indigenous peoples were increasingly squeezed by unstoppable expansion. Diseases of the time included smallpox, influenza, and dengue fever, which claimed the lives of thousands of people who lacked natural immunity. In many cases, dozens of communities disappeared without ever being recorded. As the colonies expanded, tensions grew beyond territory to identity. Treaty after treaty was made by the colonial government, and later the United States federal government. However, many were unilaterally violated, leaving a legacy of distrust that continued to be passed down through generations. This darkest period reached its peak in the early 19th century when the American government implemented the Indian Removal Act of 1830. This policy forced the removal of tens of thousands of people from their ancestral lands in the east to what is now Oklahoma. The journey became known by the grim name, the Trail of Tears. Hundreds of kilometers were traveled on foot. Food shortages, extreme weather, and disease caused thousands to die along the way. Families were separated. Many stories were never recorded, remaining only as whispers among later generations. But in the long darkness, there was always a light that persists. Despite oppression, Native American nations never truly disappeared. They survived through songs, prayers, dances, and oral histories, secretly preserved. They maintained their identity amidst attempts at erasure. In the 20th century, the struggle intensified. The Native American civil rights movement emerged, demanding recognition, sovereignty, and justice for lost lands. Significant legislation was passed, including the restoration of tribal cultural rights, languages, and governmental systems. Today, more than 570 tribes are federally recognized in the United States, each with a vibrant identity, enduring traditions, and a strong effort to reclaim their history. Dark times may leave scars, but they don't destroy the spirit. The story of Native American nations is one of loss, but also of resilience, perseverance, and resurrection. And behind every tradition that survives is a message that transcends time. A nation is only truly lost when its story stops being told. To this day, that story lives on, serving as a reminder that history, no matter how bitter, must be told so that the future does not repeat the same mistakes.